So I finished Batman Arkham Knight not too long ago. For the first and last time ever, I've never played that terrible game again. But wow, Batman is an asshole in that. More so than usual. I don't know where to start. First off, it's clear early on that the threat Batman is dealing with is worse than he's ever put up with before. All hands are needed on deck, yet he rather works alone. No Grayson, no Tim Drake. Barbara is Oracle in this one, so she can't help. And Jason Todd, you know that game's old enough at this point. Jason Todd is Arkham Knight. And later on in the game, where supposedly Barbara dies, he doesn't tell Tim Drake about it. In that continuity, it seems those two had a thing, but Bruce doesn't tell him. What the fuck? Also, he couldn't call up Superman for help, especially if in that continuity, Metropolis and Gotham are right next door to each other. You think Superman would have heard everything and come in for an assist and stop Scarecrow before Cloudburst was used, which, I'm not kidding, turned Gotham into Zack Snyder's nightmare. It looked like it, even though that game came first. And another thing, screw Batman's code. Now, later in the game, it turns out Barbara is alive. But if she wasn't, if she died at that point early on in the game, that would have been 100% Bruce's fault for not killing Scarecrow.
A little more teamwork wouldn't hurt any of us.
Looks like you're outvoted.
Hey, that was my bad guy.
Happy? Call me when it's important, and not before.
No freaking wonder Damian Wayne had an attitude at first. He got it from his dad. I expected this kind of thing from Jason Todd, not Bruce. Once again, Batman is an asshole. Okay, I've been meaning to talk about this newer character for a while now. This is Failsafe, another Batman contingency plan. And this one may be the worst of them, because Bruce created this thing. I was going to go over this other Batman. You may not recognize that version, but you may know the colors. But these days, that version of Batman is a different personality of Bruce. So nowadays, Bruce Wayne got some Moon Knight and Bruce Banner mess going on. So he created Failsafe mainly as a contingency plan for himself, if he ever broke his code. Oh, this gives me another reason to hate that code. For so long, Failsafe was dormant in the Batcave until Penguin frames Batman. And then Failsafe goes after him, but he wrecks everyone else. Last I checked, nobody was safe. This is worse than MCU Iron Man making Ultron. Stark didn't make Ultron as a contingency plan for himself or the Avengers. Ultron was meant to be a contingency plan for Thanos. And if Stark was there when he woke up, he would have been able to talk at least some sense into him, instead of him turning on humanity after searching the whole internet just one time. Still, this may be the worst thing Batman has ever done. This nonsense just makes me hate this character. On this app, there's this one series of videos from this one other channel with a running joke that Batman cannot be roasted. Oh no, he can. And I got a lot to say. All these trust issues and paranoia are why you don't really have any friends. It's why Selena left you at the altar. Over on Earth Nolan, even Alfred had enough of your shit. That must be a genetic trait too, because over in that Flashpoint Earth, you being gone caused your mom to become Joker, and your dad becomes a Batman with less skills and less tech. Your BS makes it no wonder why in every Batman movie, the League never helps you out. You're supposed to be the world's greatest detective. Yet you didn't check that drink Talia spiked. By the way, how has such a situation happened to you twice? Technically the second time in the future was the first, but case in point, Terry McGinnis. And Amanda Waller was behind that one. I guess you had too much soul food. It seems you got something going on with Harley too. Otherwise, you wouldn't let her on the team multiple times. You give Clark so much shit. Yet the woman that was the accomplice to Metropolis getting nuked in One Earth, and the accomplice to Tim Drake becoming a new Joker in the future, is on your team. And these days she goes by the name Red Bat. Then there's Wonder Woman. You and Wonder Woman, that is a pairing I support, yet for some reason the comics never do it. And I guess the only time the films even tried that was Justice League 2017. Point is, you in your permanent emo phase didn't take that opportunity when you had the chance. Even though Diana would have handled all of your villains if they even tried to mess with her to get to you. Your overrated, overprotective ass is the Charlotte Flair of comic books. I don't know if I should call Batman an asshole in this case, but it depends how this storyline goes. But what's funny is that this new storyline is after a failsafe. So there's this new villain rolling around called Red Mask. Turns out to be a Joker from another universe. And this one is a bigger threat than Joker usually is. So he's going around throughout the multiverse just causing Joker to happen in every Earth or get worse. If there's an Earth with no Joker, he creates one. If a Joker is already there, he gets darker. And if a Joker is RIP, he brings them back. So a regular Batman went through the multiverse seeing other Batman, such as Keaton and the Batman animated series version. He also meets the version from the Arkham games. I remember making Into the Batverse jokes because of how many actors today that we got playing as Batman and Joker. You know, just so many compared to back in the day when there's just one at a time. Didn't think that would become literal. Even if DC's just doing what Sony's doing with Miles right now. But here's the point of this video. Arkham Batman, who I'd say was the most loyal to the code as much as regular Batman. Remember, he didn't even give Scarecrow a dirt nap. He tells regular Batman to end the Joker. Like, that's it. End him. He is too much of a threat to us. He legit was about to say, do it for all of our sakes. So if Arkham Batman had enough, there's no excuse anymore. This is just another reason why I hate Batman's code. Because as you see, Joker keeps being a threat. Every single time you let this guy live, now you got a Joker that just goes through the multiverse, causing Jokers everywhere. He'll probably start causing other heroes to have a Joker as a nemesis instead of Batman. Unless that's happened already, I don't know. Every time this code comes up, there's never a good answer for it. In fact, these days there have been several examples of why you should consider the code, such as Pat Dugan and Stargirl. Now the show mentioned that he was a military kid, but he must have served in the army. The show's timeline wasn't exactly clear, so it might have been Nam. But the point is, he knows that dark place and never wants to go back to it. But in this clip, he was forced to.
I got some bad in me too.
There's also Kate Kane in Batwoman Season 1. She ends the one responsible for her and her sister being separated. And she picked up PTSD from that. And she got through it after finding out that Arrowverse Batman gave Joker a dirt nap. Still, her side is a good reason to consider the code. Perhaps some heroes can't handle offing villains. And then there's Arrowverse Oliver. He used to end his villains, but he wanted to become a better symbol for his city, so that's why he stopped. But that's just it. Examples of why you should consider the code, not side with it. Batman never has a good answer for it. And time again, that code always causes more harm and no good.